Meri Brown sat by herself in her dimly lighted living room, gazing at her coffee table's flickering candle. In stark contrast to the years of turmoil she had experienced in the Brown household, the silence in the house felt oppressive. Months had passed since she formally left, yet she was still connected to the drama. Long before anybody else did, she had noticed the cracks beginning to emerge. The last crack was on the horizon. Grabbing her phone, she flipped through a string of messages. What she believed was verified by the words on the screen. Robyn's kids had betrayed Cody. It was a planned action that had been simmering for months, not out of rage or a fit of adolescent defiance. They intended to abandon him. And the courts were involved this time. Meri let out a slow breath. She had been Cody's forgotten wife for years, the one he ignored when he discovered someone better. And now the same pang of betrayal was about to hit Robyn, the woman who had stolen everything from her. In the house where Cody and Robyn lived across town, their kids were whispering to each other in low tones. Robyn's oldest son, Robert, was sitting at the kitchen table, his laptop open. With deliberate tapping, his fingers navigated through legal documents on the keyboard. Sophie, his younger sister, shuffled uneasily next to him. Robert whispered, "If we push for this, Dad loses everything," his visage blank and his voice steady. Sophie paused. "However, Mom advised us to keep quiet. If this is discovered," Robert cut in, "it's already happening. The documents have been filed. This is no longer merely a meaningless threat. The date of the court is set." Sophie bit her lip and averted her gaze. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive into the latest drama. Cody had never appealed to her. Despite his best efforts, he was not her biological father. Even yet, it felt cruel to watch him crumble like whey. But Robert didn't falter. He had witnessed Cody's manipulation of the family, his abandonment of his previous wives and kids in order to play home with them, and his manipulation of their mother. For what purpose? To treat them as objects rather than as human beings? No, Robert would not allow that to carry on. He whispered, "We deserve a choice, and this is how we take it." Cody himself sat at his home office the following day, completely unaware of the impending storm. He flipped through financial statements while leaning back in his chair. Since the family split up, things had been tight. They had survived thanks to the show, but it was no longer an empire. To maintain his flawless vision, he had made countless sacrifices. Christine had been allowed to walk. He had released Janelle. Meri, who had remained faithful in spite of everything, was no longer there. However, none of that was important. He was still in charge as long as he had Robyn and the children. His thoughts were interrupted by a knock on the door. Stress tightened Robyn's face as she peered in. "Cody," she uttered warily. "We need to talk." Cody scowled. "What now?" After hesitating, Robyn entered. In her hands, she held a pile of papers. Cody rolled his eyes after giving them a fleeting glance. With no curiosity, he said, "More bills." Robyn gave a headshake. She placed the papers on his desk, her fingers shaking, whispering, "It's about the kids." Cody looked down at last. The document sentences chilled him to the bone. Custodial transfer petition. His heart thumped. Sitting up straight, he said, "What the hell is this?" Robyn took a deep breath. It was filed by Robert. The courts are examining it. Anger colored Cody's face. "No, absolutely not. They are my children. I reared them." "They don't see it that way," Robyn said. As if the papers were burning his flesh, Cody shoved them away. "This is crazy. You allowed this to occur?" Robyn's mouth trembled. "Cody, I had no idea. I promise." They carried it out independently. Cody got up so quickly that his chair overturned. Veins bulged in his temples, and his face was red. "For you, I sacrificed everything. For them. And they pay me back like this?" Robyn winced, but she didn't protest. How could she respond? She had observed the growing animosity among her kids and the growing gap between them and Cody. Persuaded that loyalty would keep them together, she had disregarded it. But when love had long since vanished, loyalty was meaningless. The hearing day finally came. Cody sat at the defense table and gripped the sides of the tabletop in the oddly still courthouse. Despite his lawyer's hushed assurances, nothing changed. Robert and Sophie sat next to their biological father across the room. Kody had been acting as though the man didn't exist for years. The judge cleared her throat, a severe-looking woman with sharp eyes. "We're here today to determine whether the children of Robyn Brown will remain under the guardianship of Kody Brown or be placed in the custody of their biological father." Kody felt a knot in his stomach. Robert got to his feet. He spoke clearly and resolutely. "Kody Brown has never been our father, Your Honor. He took advantage of us. He had authority over our mother. Additionally, we no longer wish to be a member of his family." Kody's hands clenched. With a panicked tone, he yelled, "That's a lie. I love them." With a single gaze, the judge hushed him. "You left your other kids behind," Robert went on. "The only reason you wanted us was because we were a part of your final attempt to maintain your fictitious family. However, we are no longer pawns in your scheme." Beside him, Sophie nodded. Robyn lowered her head. She remained silent. She didn't stand up for Kody. Kody sensed the walls closing in around him. His meticulously crafted reality, his ideal universe, was slipping away from him. Then he heard the words that broke him to pieces. "Due to significant concerns and legal inconsistencies, the court finds it in the best interest of Robyn Brown's children to be placed with their biological father." The desk was struck by the gavel. It was done. As Robert and Sophie got up and left without turning around, Kody sat motionless. Robyn sobbed quietly, but she didn't stop them. Meri released a breath she was unaware she was holding while observing from the rear of the courtroom. She had anticipated this. She had been anticipating it. And it was finished now. As his last remaining family abandoned him, Kody Brown, the guy who once oversaw an empire of wives and children, sat by himself with his power taken away. And he was the only one left to take responsibility this time. And there's more. Kody Brown's reputation is probably going to suffer as a result of his victim behavior on Sister Wives. When Sister Wives first aired in 2010, I was eager to see it because I found Kody and his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Robyn, and Christine, to be very compelling. I quickly discovered, though, that the show was more misogynistic than it was concerned with depicting a loving poly family. At first, I thought that Kody's relationships with Meri, Janelle, and Christine would become better with time, but it was annoying to watch him treat the moms of his kids disrespectfully while giving preference to Robyn, who had just joined the family. Kody continued to spend the majority of his time with his youngest wife, Robyn, and regrettably never really showed any desire in re-establishing an intimate relationship with his elder wives. By 2019, I was positive that the focus of the show had shifted from the sister wives to Kody's domineering actions. I was thrilled when Meri, Janelle, and Christine left Kody to concentrate on themselves because I was sick of seeing him treat his family members badly. Kody shouldn't present himself as a victim on the show since he isn't a victim in comparison to his family members. As anticipated, I've watched the Brown family change and grow apart over the past 15 years. I've seen Kody mistreat Christine, humiliate Meri, and abandon Janelle. In addition, I've seen the TLC star start arguments with his family members, including his 2 older sons, whom he wanted to expel from Janelle's house during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic for not adhering to his strict rules. Kody has claimed to have suffered a little bit, portraying himself as a victim, in the months following the loss. Although he was the one who left his previous wife to spend more time with Robyn, he accuses them of abandoning him. I think Kody probably believes that followers have forgotten his evil actions because he has never expressed thanks to Meri, Janelle, and Christine. This is why I find it annoying to see him act like a victim. He frequently places the blame for the breakdown of his 3 marriages on everyone but himself because he wants to deceive them into liking him once more. In my opinion, Kody is committing an error by playing the victim on the show. Kody's victimization, in my opinion, makes him appear desperate, which will never help him mend his reputation. I think his tactic to win back fans' support is to give the impression that he is genuinely sad without his wife. Robyn is always talking about his mental turmoil, and he frequently seems confused and depressed. Kody also highlights the end of his multiple family and polygamy. Nevertheless, he does nothing to mend his relationship with his older children or make amends with his ex-wives. I get the impression from his recent actions that he's just doing everything he can to maintain the program and stay in the spotlight. His attempts to portray himself as a victim would further alienate his family and followers, who seem to feel sorry for him. I believe it would be more advantageous for him to own up to his faults and seek forgiveness from his former marriages. Cody must change within himself if he genuinely wishes to enhance his reputation. This involves expressing humility and offering an apology for his previous actions. Everyone has seen Cody's treatment of his ex-wives over the course of 15 years. Maddie Brown, the daughter of Sister Wives stars Janelle and Cody Brown, revealed startling information about her father's financial background, forcing the Sister Wives star to face his past and try to build closer bonds with Meri. Maddie, 29, was born in Utah and is Cody and Janelle's second child. She was raised as a vital member of her polygamous family and was born in 1995. Maddie saw firsthand the turmoil in the family and saw a shift in her father following his 2010 marriage to Robyn Brown, his fourth wife. Before being married and moving in with her husband, Caleb Brush, in 2016, she stayed with her family. Maddie has received 3 children in the past 8 years. She kept in touch with her family, even as she began a new life with her husband, Caleb. Through her difficult connection with her father, Cody, she helped her mother, Janelle. Maddie also launched a podcast, The Authentic Society, in which she told her audience about her own life. Maddie chose a monogamous relationship with her husband, Caleb, after publicly opposing her parents' polygamous beliefs after enduring many hardships as a child. Maddie's connection with Cody is strained as a result of his mistreatment of his wives and children. On her podcast, The Authentic Society, Maddie has revealed a number of previously unheard secrets about her family. Maddie previously discussed her family's financial background, stating that the children of the Brown family did not have a lot of money. She said, "Before the show, we were very poor," highlighting the difficulties her siblings had as they grew up in a multiple family. Maddie has not only discussed her family's financial past, but also explored how her father, Cody, attempted to produce money. She said that although Cody had a solid income, it didn't really matter because he had more than a dozen mouths to feed. Maddie compares her father's and her husband's approaches to money-making, pointing out that Caleb's perspective is different. She said she inherited a lot of her money thinking from her parents and said, "So my dad always chose the get-rich-quick scheme, almost always." Maddie's assessment of Cody's get-rich-quick mindset makes sense because Cody has always tried to take advantage of opportunities. Previously, Gwendolyn accused her father and his wife Robyn of being shopaholics and spending like crazy. Her statement suggests that Cody and Robyn are used to living beyond their means, which may also be the reason he decided to broadcast his relationships on television. They probably wanted the biggest piece of the Coyote Pass property for themselves, which could be why they were reluctant to share it with Janelle and Meri. However, the Sister Wives couple recently sold their Arizona house for $1,775,000, suggesting that they are no longer having financial difficulties. In Sister Wives history, Robyn Brown's notorious 2015 Twitter Q&A is still one of the most talked about events. Her defensive demeanor and snappy remarks made the event an unforgettable spectacle, even if her intention was probably to engage with supporters. Nothing captures Robyn's complex relationship with Sister Wives fans, quite like her now iconic clapback. "Come back when you have some real questions." What began as a routine social media interaction quickly spiraled into a showcase of Robyn's frustration with the audience. Robyn's responses, which ranged from defending her past shopping debt to explaining how she paid for a Hawaiian getaway, only served to fuel ongoing discussions about the Brown family's financial situation. The Q&A left fans with more questions than answers and plenty of material to examine, due to her contemptuous demeanor and the financial scandals she tried to clarify. The lingerie controversy. Analyzing the Browns' spending patterns is something Sister Wives viewers like almost as much as examining their marriages. They also had a lot to talk about because of Robyn's pre-Cody purchasing habits. Robyn's previous financial issues, particularly the substantial $32,000 debt she brought into the family when she married Cody, were brought up by a fan during the Q&A. Unpaid retail credit cards, including a pretty striking balance at Victoria's Secret, accounted for a sizable portion of that debt. Robyn justified herself when questioned about the lingerie purchases by saying, "The debt was for long-sleeved shirts and longer pants and longer PJs. I have very long legs, so." Via at Love Zungs, finding clothing that fits properly may be difficult, which is reasonable, but the Victoria's Secret detail made it even more viral. Fans couldn't stop wondering how wardrobe expenses could lead to such a high debt load. Was she purchasing enough lace to furnish a bridal store, or was it a diamond-encrusted bra? Naturally, the internet did not allow it to go unnoticed. It wasn't just about what she purchased, of course. It was also about why the other members of the Brown family were forced to pay for her previous expenditures. The notion that Robyn's shopping debt being paid off with family funds didn't sit well with many, especially because Janelle and Christine were already struggling financially. She defended it by saying that it was just what she needed at the moment. As if the Victoria's Secret disclosure wasn't enough, Robyn also caused a stir when she talked about a Hawaiian vacation she and Cody took. Fans who were already dubious about the Browns' financial situation wondered how Robyn could afford a tropical vacation, while the other wives constantly seemed to struggle financially. "I saved up my grocery money for my trip," was her response. This explanation was not well received. The ridiculousness that a trip to Hawaii could possibly be paid for with money that could have been used to feed a family was instantly brought up by fans. The entire situation didn't look very good. Fans weren't too disturbed by the financial situation, though. Many viewers recalled how, after selling the other wives' residences in Las Vegas, Cody and Robyn purchased a huge house, making Robyn the only one with a completely stable living arrangement while the others struggled. Fans didn't believe Robyn's assertion that she paid for the trip out of herself or from her grocery money. Robyn began the Q&A as a way to engage with Sister Wives fans, but as the questions continued to come in, it appeared like she was running out of patience. "Come up with decent questions if I'm going to answer you," via Lovezongs, is Robyn's now iconic response to a moment when her frustration boiled over. Her reputation as one of the most hilariously humorous reality TV stars was solidified at that particular moment. Supporters remarked that while their questions were valid, they weren't the ones she intended to respond to. Many viewers expressed valid worries about favoritism and financial transparency, but Robyn came out as condescending and defensive instead of speaking to them in a way that might have won them over. Despite the fact that money plays a significant role in the Sister Wives drama, Robyn always felt awkward talking about it, which is part of the problem. Suspicions that the Brown family's financial situation was more complicated than they were disclosing were only strengthened by her unease. Furthermore, Robyn's decision to lash out simply made matters worse, even though no reality TV star is required to interact with online criticism. Engaging with fans is never easy, particularly when the show's recurring plots heavily revolve around Robyn's family's financial choices. Not only did Robyn react with attitude, but she also underestimated the depth to which supporters were prepared to go. This was her biggest mistake. She fueled suspicion rather than putting a stop to it. In retrospect, Robyn's notorious Twitter Q&A is still regarded as one of the most hilarious episodes in Sister Wives history. It had it all: embarrassing financial disclosures, dubious explanations, and, of course, one of the most famous reality star clapbacks. It's debatable whether she ought to have interacted with supporters in the first place. Her responses, however, undoubtedly contributed to the extensive list of factors that make her so captivating to viewers. Will Robyn ever conduct another public Q&A session with fans? Most likely not, but if she does, you can know that viewers of Sister Wives will have a lot of good questions waiting. The court struggle between Sister Wives star Cody Brown and his ex-wives for their undeveloped acreage, Coyote Pass, is only the beginning of the financial problems facing the former multiple family. In 1990, Cody wed Meri Brown, his first wife, when they were just 19 and 21 years old. When Cody spiritually wed Janelle Brown in 1993 and Christine Brown in 1994, they started living a polygamous lifestyle. The family raised 13 children together despite facing emotional and financial difficulties. However, when Cody took on a fourth wife, Robyn Brown, in Sister Wives Season 1, things were about to change. Robyn and Cody had 2 additional children together, and she already had 3 from a previous marriage. Robyn was the first wife to join the family in over 10 years, so it makes sense that her arrival changed the dynamic amongst the Browns. Christine left Cody in 2021 after years of hardship, and then Janelle in 2022 and Meri in 2023. The first indication of conflict among the Browns appeared shortly after Robyn joined the family, and the breakdown of the family resulted in a fight over Coyote Pass and charges of financial mismanagement. Cody's wives were recovering from a traumatic move from Utah to Las Vegas in Sister Wives Season 5. Kody and his wives were eager to leave the rental houses that kept them apart, and they believed they had discovered the ideal answer in 4 nearby parcels situated in a cul-de-sac. However, Robyn's previous financial practices returned to haunt her when they started building bespoke homes. She owed more than $30,000 in credit card debt she had accrued during her first marriage. She ran the possibility of having her loan application rejected because of this debt, which would ruin the family's hopes of getting back together. In the end, Robyn had to pay off the debt with family money before her loan was authorized. Although Kody and his wives were prepared to give up their houses in Las Vegas, Robyn's debt probably sowed the seeds of animosity. Despite Robyn's lack of employment, the family had to pay for her previous transgressions. As Kody's first wife, Meri was the only woman legally married to him, but during Sister Women Season 9, things changed. Robyn's debt added to the perception that Kody preferred Robyn and prioritized her demands over those of the other women. In order for Kody to wed Robyn and adopt her children, Meri consented to divorce him. Meri was quite upset at the decision, but Janelle was also concerned. The Browns believed that spiritual marriage was similar to formal marriage, but being his wife entitles one to certain inalienable privileges. Robyn would be entitled to Kody's and the family's assets as a result of their marriage. Janelle was concerned about how it would affect their future, while the family rejoiced. Robyn and Kody's legal marriage, according to Janelle, changes the fabric of their family. Although their relationship hadn't always been smooth, Janelle had complete faith in Meri to look after the family in the event that Kody passed away. She found it difficult to trust Robyn as much, which suggests Robyn wasn't always looking out for the family's best interests. In Sister Wives Season 13, Kody and his wives relocated to Flagstaff, Arizona, with the intention of renting houses for the time being until they could construct on Coyote Pass. But the rental market turned out to be more challenging than expected. Robyn acquired a 4,400 square foot mansion, not just any ordinary house. Kody and his spouses were aware that this would deplete the family's badly needed money for Coyote Pass. Meri and Janelle's Las Vegas home sales generated the down payment for Robyn's house, which changed the family's financial situation and postponed their plans to build on Coyote Pass. Following their breakups, Kody's conflicts with Meri and Janelle over Coyote Pass are chronicled in Sister Wives Season 19. His ex-partners were forced to take legal action since Kody would not speak to them or buy them out of their joint property. Janelle revealed Kody's spending patterns as she battled to recover her investment, making remarks about acquisitions like his collection of artwork. She said he probably couldn't pay off the land because of other debts. Kody's children have also spoken out about his financial situation as the controversy has developed. Gwendolyn, the daughter of Kody and Christine, posted on YouTube that he and Robyn have a terrible habit of spending very crazy and, not within their means at all. Madison Brush, the daughter of Kody and Janelle, discussed Kody's obsession with get-rich-quick schemes and his inability to save money on her podcast, The Authentic Society, in December 2024. The ongoing conflict between Kody, Janelle, and Meri over Coyote Pass exposes the depths of the Sister Wives star's financial entanglements. Throughout his marriages, Kody managed his family's finances and distributed them as he saw fit. However, after decades of arduous labor, his ex-wives were confronted with the harsh fact that they had no assets of their own when the marriages ended. Christine Brown of Sister Wives recently announced her decision to leave Utah for a trip to what she considers paradise as she deals with personal challenges involving Janelle Brown. The fight for Coyote Pass exposed Kody's mismanagement of the family's finances, but the seeds were sown decades earlier. With 6 children, 52-year-old Christine and David Woolley have been having a great time exploring new places and celebrating their honeymoon in Barcelona. But because of their marriage, Christine finds it hard to get out with her friends, especially Janelle, her former sister wife. Christine shared a picture of herself enjoying the windy weather with the caption, "I earned a free cruise to the Bahamas." Christine explained that Plexus, one of the weight loss brands she promotes on social media, gave her the chance to take this exciting trip. Janelle has also found it difficult to keep a close relationship with Christine, especially as she concentrates on her detox journey in 2025. "I'm getting packed for paradise," she said, referring to the fact that she was at her house in Utah and anticipating a warm, cozy meal, before packing and leaving. According to her most recent report, Christine is doing very well as a social media influencer. During her first polygamous engagement with Cody Brown, she did not have a significant amount of personal savings. She nevertheless put a lot of effort into making things work and finally became an influencer on social media. Christine has 1.5 million Instagram followers as of February 2025. Additionally, she uses her celebrity to advertise her Airbnb rentals and a range of other products. Christine has a sizable fan base because she truly helps others better their lives, and her recent trip to the Bahamas indicates that she is living her best life and succeeding in her role as a publicist. She regularly shares stories of her followers who have successfully reduced their body weight by following her suggestions and advice. Christine has gained the trust of her followers by displaying genuine outcomes on social media. Her personal physical transformation serves as proof, in addition to the extensive list of followers she has assisted. It's nice to watch Christine living her life freely, something she was unable to do in her former relationship with Cody. Christine frequently posts pictures of her weight loss journey on Instagram, discussing how she has lost a ton of weight because of the goods she recommends. Making her polygamous marriage work took up a lot of her precious time and energy, which caused her to disregard her own health and put on weight. Her main objective was to rediscover herself and find a new purpose after leaving Cody in 2021. By getting into her greatest physical condition, finding a supportive spouse, and operating her internet business successfully, it seems that the Sister Wives cast member has now. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.